Hello everyone. In previous lecture we have seen the Lehman boiler. Okay, the different parts of the boiler, then the function of each part of the Lehman boiler, its working principle, its advantages, disadvantages, applications. Okay, so now today we are going to see the Loeffler boiler. So this Loeffler boiler is also a water tube boiler, okay, which also uses for the generating steam by burning of fuel. That is, the fuel may be either coal, okay, which uses is a coal, and further that is used, that steam is used for the generation of the power. It is nothing but another extension of a Lehman boiler, but the difference between Lehman and Loeffler boiler is the Loeffler boiler can generate steam with the use of salt water, and there is no problem of salt and sediment under the boiler. But in case of Lehman boiler, it can generate steam from the salt water. There is a problem of salt and sediment under the boiler surfaces. Okay, so now let us see the parts, the different parts of the Loeffler boiler. So here you can see the different parts. Okay, so let us see one by one, then we will see the function of different the each part. Okay, so water feed pump, air preheater, you can see the feed pump is there, air preheater, then okay, air preheater, then blower, economizer, evaporating drum, sorry, steam circulating pump or centrifugal pump, radiant superheater, convection superheater, turbine, mixing nozzle, okay, chimney, drain, safety valve, water level indicator, pressure gauge, visible plug. Okay, so let us see the function of each part. So first, that is water feed pump. So the main function of the water feed pump is to supply the water or feed the water into the system. It can be used in the beginning or in between, like the feed water coming from the turbine to condensate and more. Okay, and the next, that is the air preheater. Okay, as the name itself says that it heats the air before sending it to the combustion chamber. So the primary function of this air preheater is increase the efficiency of the boiler. Okay, so the next part is the blower. So blower is also heater type device that supplies the hot air. Okay, so blower, what it does, it supplies the hot air. Okay, now the next, that is the economizer. Okay, as we know, this economizer which uses for increase the boiler efficiency. Okay, so the main function of this economizer is that it receives the waste heat of the boiler and transfer into the boiler feed water. That means there is no additional work required to generate and supply hot flue gases here. In simple, economizer is used to preheat the water before sending it to the evaporating drum. Okay, now next, that is the evaporating drum. Okay, so this evaporating drum is used to convert feed water into saturated steam with the help of superheated steam from the superheater. Okay, so next, that is centrifugal pump or steam circulating pump. So what it does, it works to circulate the steam which is inside the boiler. Okay, and the location of this pump is in between evaporating drum and radiant superheater. Okay, this is the location of this steam circulating pump or centrifugal pump. Okay, now next that is radiant superheater. Okay, so here the radiant superheater works as a chamber which is used for converting into superheated steam. The location is near to combustion chamber. Okay, and next convection superheater. So convection superheater, what it does, it is used to transfer heat from flue gases to steam. Here it heats up to the desired temperature up to 500 degrees Celsius. Next, turbine. Okay, the superheated steam is now sent to the turbine blade for rotation, and the blade is attached to the shaft which also rotates, and further it is connected to the induction motor for the generation of electricity. And here the mixing nozzle is there. The location of this mixing nozzle is inside the evaporator drum. Okay, what it does, it mixes the steam and feed water from the superheater and evaporator drum. Sorry, and evaporate steam. What it does, it mixes the steam and feed water. It mixes the steam and feed water. Okay, which is it mixes the steam and the feed water from the superheater. Okay, feed water from the superheater and evaporates them. Okay, and the next that is the chimney. Chimney is provided for exhausting the burn gases which produces during the process, and it send it to the atmosphere. Drain, now the drain is used to release the water when cleaning is required. That means during maintenance this is removed. Okay, so during cleaning it is required. It is provided to the evaporating drum where the mixing of the superheated and water takes place. The drain is open when the salt and sediments are settled in the drum. Okay, next, safety valve. So the safety valve is used for the safety of the boiler and plants. It gives information about all the stuff which is needed to be done and so on. So the main function of the safety of boiler is to release excess steam which is present in the vessel. Okay, so it is mounted outside this boiler which is not shown over here, but it is there. And also along with this safety valve, the water level indicator is there. What it does, it gives the reading of water level in the boiler. Okay, when the water level is low or high, it shows the reading on the water level indicator. Next, that is the pressure gauge. So the pressure gauge is used in this type of boiler is to know the pressure. Okay, so whether when pressure increases or decreases, this pressure gauge shows the reading which is mounted on the boiler. Next, that is the fusible plug. So it is provided to protect the boiler against the damage due to overheating. This overheating occurs when a low level of water presents into the boiler. Okay, so to overcome maintain the water level properly. Okay, this is what the importance of this fusible plug and water level indicator. Okay, and last is that is polarized coal. Okay, so in this polarized coal is used as a working fuel. Why? Because it is more efficient to produce heat. Okay, so here we have seen the different parts of this Loeffler boiler. Now we are going to see the working of this Loeffler boiler. Okay, so as we know, This is a water tube boiler. So in this water tube boiler means water inside the tube and it is surrounded by the burnt gases. Okay. So in this the water is first to supply into the feed pump. Okay. So here you can see it's supplied to the feed pump. Again from feed pump to the economizer. Okay. So the water first supplied to the feed pump. From feed pump it goes to the economizer, and economizer what it does, it is a preheating device, so it heats the water. Now it comes into the evaporating drum. Okay, here mixing nozzle is there for mixing the steam and feed water. Here evaporator, here evaporate starts, then it's sent to the combustion chamber. Okay, then it's sent to the combustion chamber, and then from it then it's sent to the superheater, in combustion chamber to the superheater. Okay, in superheater the saturated steam is converted into a superheated steam, which now can be used for rotating the turbine blade for the generation of electricity. Okay, now let us think about it, that what happens if we directly send this saturated steam to the turbine. So what happens, there is a chances of corrosion is there. So that's why what we are doing, this we are sending into the combustion chamber, and in the combustion chamber what is there, in combustion chamber polarized coal is there which is burning, so it produces hot gases. So what happens, so water gets into saturated steam and further so on. Okay, so here from the combustion chamber it's sent to the superheater. From combustion chamber it's sent to the superheater, and superheater what it does, it converts the saturated steam into superheated steam, which can be used for rotating the turbine blade. And what happens, when it rotates the turbine blades, it generates the electricity, as the shaft of this turbine is coupled to the shaft of the generator, and the remaining amount of steam is sent to the evaporating water, and the burn gases now come into the economizer and some parts. Okay, and some parts, then complete water leaves to the environment through the chimney. Okay, ओके, कळालं का? तर अशा प्रकारे पहिले जे आहे फीड वॉटर इकडून फीड केलं जातं, जे येतं इव्हॅपरेटिंग ड्रममध्ये. इथं जे आहे मिक्स होतं स्टीमचं आणि वॉटरचं. सो इथून जे आहे इथे सुपरहिटेड स्टीम आलेली आहे, तर ही सॅच्युरेटेड स्टीम जी आहे ही सर्क्युलेटिंग पंप थ्रू इथे कंबशन चेंबरमध्ये पाठवली जाते. आणि कंबशन चेंबरमध्ये काय असतं, तर इथे ऑइल जे आहे फ्यूल जे पॉलराइज्ड कोल असतं ते बर्न होत असतं. ओके, सो त्यामुळे काय होतं, इथे जे आहे सुपरहिटेड असतं. इथून जे आहे इथून द whatever the saturated steam is there, it is get converted into a superheated steam, where in superheater. Okay, then again after performs the operation, that means the turbine is rotated, and again whatever here you can see the main steam. Okay, it send it to the turbine for rotation, and the remaining is sent again to the evaporating drum. म्हणजे जे काय आहे इथून टर्बाईनला पाठवलं जातं, टर्बाईनकडे स्टीम टर्बाईन रोटेशनसाठी, आणि जे काही स्टीम आहे ते इथे इव्हॅपरेटिंग स्टीम ड्रममध्ये पाठवलं जातं. तर हे अशा प्रकारे लोएफ्लर बॉयलरचं वर्किंग आहे. नाव ॲज we will see further the information regarding this. It works on high pressure up to 100 bar. Okay, 100 बार पर्यंत ह्याचं वर्किंग प्रेशर आहे, म्हणजे वर्क करतं. नाव लेट अस सी द ॲडव्हान्टेजेस ऑफ दिस लोएफ्लर बॉयलर. सो साल्ट Salt water for the generation of steam is a major advantage of the Loeffler boiler. That means you can use a water which contains the salt. Okay, so this is the advantage of this, and the boiler size is very compact. Okay, so Loeffler boiler size is very compact, and along with that, it does not create much sound. Okay, and the last is that the deposition of salt sediment is eliminated here. Okay, these are the advantages of Loeffler boiler. Now let us see the disadvantages of this Loeffler boiler. Okay, so here in this, if you see the evaporating drum, okay, so the evaporating drum is costly and bulky in size. Okay, this is what the disadvantages of this Loeffler boiler, and the further disadvantages are in this the bubble formation occurs, which creates a problem of heat transfer rate. Okay, so these are the advantages of this Loeffler boiler. Now let us see the applications where this uses. So the Loeffler boiler is normal uses for power generation. Okay, and along with that it uses in a textile industry, medical industry, and so on. Okay, so in such a way we have seen the different parts, their functions, and the advantages, disadvantages of this Loeffler, and the applications of this Loeffler boiler. Okay, so today we are going to stop over here. Okay, thank you.